Today we're going to do a twist on an old fashioned. We're going to start with some orange bitters and then some simple syrup. We're also going to add in that orange slice and 2 shots of whiskey. But you know what? 2 shots wasn't enough for me, so I added one more shot. Now I'm going to add 2 shots of water, some ice, and then I'm going to mix this really well to make sure all those flavors mix together. And honestly, I'm just going to top it off with a few garnishments. So let's get ready to drink. Anna Huang, you dirty, dirty girl. There were a few times you had me clutching my pearls, okay? I was not expecting this. Hey guys, welcome to Boozy Books, where literature meets libation. And today we're going to be talking about Twisted Love by Anna Huang. And let me just say, I'm not a romance girly, but I heard this was being made into a TV series. So I was like, you know what? Let me just check it out. Lots of people are talking about it. Lots of people are excited. So let me just see what all the hype is about. Now I'll tell you guys this. Aside from not being a romance girly, as I was listening to this book, I was like, not that interested. Don't understand. Like, I really can't tell you what happened the first 5 hours of the book. But at the 5 hour mark, actually, at 4 hours, 57 minutes, and 33 seconds, that is when I was like, oh, I get it. I see what you guys are talking about, and I'm here for it, okay? Okay, let's start from the beginning. And I'm probably gonna rush through this because I was really not feeling it at all. But we can rush through it so we can get to the good part. So you have like this brother and sister, right? And the brother is basically like, I'm leaving, but you need somebody to watch after you because apparently you can't look after yourself. So immediately I'm thinking this girl is like 16, 17. This girl's like 22 and like a senior in college or something like that. But anyways, apparently her brother doesn't think that she can look out for herself. So he like has his friend to move into his house. And his friend Alex is like some, is gangster the right word? Because he's not in a gang, but he's just like very stoic, very like, I don't care, very like, I don't need anybody, I don't need anything, whatever. And he's like a billionaire and like a COO or CFO. He's in the C-suite somewhere, y'all. And so like he moves in and there's all like this kind of like internal dialogue where he's like, thinking some inappropriate things about Anna and the same for her, but they never like really act on it, right? And so her friends, they like come up with some game and it's like try to make him feel something. Like, cause she says something like, oh, he's such a robot, which let me just say, Anna girl, you're 22. Like, why are you talking like that? Don't you have other words? I don't know. I was just like, as I was listening, I was like, that's something like someone in high school would say. Like, why are you talking like this? But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So they have some game and it's like, hey, make him feel, like disgusted, joy, jealousy, blah, 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 blah. So Anna's like doing all these things to make him feel stuff and it's not really working because he's just like, oh, okay, whatever, right? Or he's not showing any emotion. Like his face is, he has like the poker face of gods apparently. So then I don't know what happened really, y'all, because like at some point they were they were they were like into each other. She like came over and she was like trying to get him to watch a movie and she like fell asleep and then he put her in his bed and she woke up, she thought they did something. But before that, he like did something where he like put her in his lap and he was like saying some suggestive things and she was getting, hot and bothered as she should. And so that kind of like started the whole thing. Anyways, so we keep going. We keep going in the story. And something happened with like her and her ex. He's like giving total stalker vibes and like on drugs, like strung out and like just being a total creeper. She has an incident with him like at some restaurant or something. Then she has another incident with him like at this party. I think it was for alumni or something. But anyways, he like trapped her in a coat check closet or a coat closet and he was like being all rough and stupid and rapey and like obviously Alex came in and saved the day. And Alex, he like had this thing with some girl, but it was like just sex and maybe not just sex for her. Anyways, he was telling her that like, yo, it's over, we're done. She didn't want to believe it. Fast forward some more. The girl that he was sleeping with, he's at a party with our girl Anna. And is her name Anna or Ava? Anna is the writer. Ava is the one in the story. Okay. So Ava and the girl that he was sleeping with are at this party or something. And they're like bickering, and the girl is saying something like, you're just the flavor of the week, essentially. Like, he's not gonna be into you, and he doesn't like girls like you because you're too sweet or nice or naive or some bullshit like that. And like, he likes it rough, front and back. He's not gonna kiss you, blah blah blah. And then Ava's like, maybe that's how it is for you. Anyways, the girls push her in the pool. And Ava has like a fear of water because, oh yeah, her mom apparently tried to kill her, like pushed her in a lake and drowned her, right? So she's like freaking out. So anyways, somehow Alex sees this video and he's just like, oh hell no, like not her coming for my girl. So he goes to that chick and he's like, yeah, you're done. Like, not only is this over, but like your career's over, not your life is over. He was probably trying to kill her. He was probably thinking about killing her, but he was just like, everything's over for you, right? So then Alex goes to go visit her, check on her, see how Ava is doing. And Ava's like still, I guess, like recovering from the shock of it all, the embarrassment of it all. And she's like saying something like, you have horrible taste in women, blah, 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 blah. And like, she told me that like these things about you. And he was, I don't know if he was just like, yeah, or if he was just like, that's how it is with her, or that's how it's been, or I don't know, something like that. All I know is Ava said, I might be into that too, or something. She was just like, I'm down for it. And y'all, when I tell you this next part, remember, 4 hours, 57 minutes, and 33 seconds. When they started doing the do, I was I was in my house by myself eating lunch when this part started. I had to put my fork down because I was like, wait, what am I hearing right now? Because it was like a total 180 from the right and before. This was the spiciest scene for me that like I have read / listened to, and not because it was just explicit, but I think it's because I wasn't expecting it, right? So our guy Alex is definitely like a dom. Yeah, so he is like giving her commands, telling her what to do, and I'm in my house saying, yes daddy, yes, yeah, like I'm responding like I'm her. And I was just like, what am I doing right now? Like, girl, are you okay? Maybe not. So then, you know, they get it on, and I think Ava's like, all right, cool, like this was great, like this was excellent. And Alex was like, this is a 12-course meal, and that was just the appetizer. Y'all, I threw my hands up and I said, oh Lord, what kind of ride am I in for? Put me in the front seat. So anyway, so they have been hooking up, and then it's basically like, so what are we? Alex is like, we were whatever you want us to be. And then she's like, okay, so we're exclusive. He was like, if that's what you want, like, I'm not sleeping with anybody else. Like, you're mine, I'm yours, that's it. So anyway, so they like start dating. I think they are technically boyfriend, girlfriend. They have like all this like good times, all these things that they're doing. So then they go to her dad's house for Thanksgiving. And this has been like a tradition, right? But her brother has always been there because remember, Alex is her brother's best friend. But this time her brother isn't there because he's gone. So like they're there together, and like I guess her dad like peeps something that's going on between them but doesn't really say anything. And anyways, it seems like they have like a decent holiday. But then the next day, our girl Ava, she wakes up at like 4:44 a.m. and she's like having, I don't know if she's like having like severe night terrors, but she's like restless, right? So then she gets up at that time, but she doesn't really do anything. And then I think like later at 7, she like goes out and she's like at the lake. Oh, this whole time Alex has been giving her swim lessons. Like, how cute is that, right? So she goes to the lake, right? And while she's at the lake, she like sees her dad and she's like, oh, I forgot, like he's always at the lake at this time. And so I don't know, like if her dad like came at her, or not like came at her like in an aggressive way, but like came toward her or what, or like moved his hand or something, but whatever. The girl had a flashback of when her mom tried to drown her, and she like saw like a flash of gold, and then she was just like, wait a minute, what the fuck? So the gold that she saw was a ring, and it's a ring that her dad wears. So it was actually her dad who tried to kill her, not her mom. So as she like gets this memory back, she starts getting like some other memories, and she remembers that he tried to kill her another time, like he tried to suffocate her one day from school. And like, Ava girl, I'm so glad you're still here with us, because you had it rough, honey. But apparently she like lost all her memories. Like, it was so traumatic. So I do feel bad for her. I feel bad for her. But I'm just like, damn girl, you got it rough. So she decides she's gonna like confront her dad, and she tells Alex about it. They like have him come somewhere in DC, and she's like, yeah, so I remember that you tried to kill me. And her dad's like, what? He was like, yeah. He was like, girl, you crazy, I would never. And she was like, I remember like I had this teacher. He was like, no, you never had this teacher. Like gaslighting her to the max, and gaslighting me too, because I was like, damn, is Ava the crazy? Because I'm like, where's the twist? Is Ava crazy? And then Alex like comes in and he's like, I did the research and I found her teacher and you're a liar. And then her dad's like, okay, sure, whatever. Like, I did it. What you gonna do about it? And then she's like, he's like, Alex is not who you think he is. Like, you need to get away from him, whatever. And then it's like, whatever, bro. You're going to jail. Like, the FBI, the police, the Coast Guard, Power Rangers, everybody came in and they were like, you're going to jail, bro, you're done. And then he said something which, like, I'm like, maybe I missed this, like, I don't understand. But he was like, okay, I'll go to jail to save her. And I'm like, save her from what? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't get it. Anyway, so we kind of find out getting her dad arrested was all a part of Alex's like grand plan. And so that made me think. So anyways, I was like, is this part of Alex's plan? Like, maybe she didn't have a teacher named Miss Johnson or whatever the fuck her name is. Like, maybe like Alex is like the bad guy. Like, we know he isn't a good guy, but like maybe he's diabolical. Honestly, that would have been a better story if like Alex was trying to like set her up for some reason. Like, we don't know why. Like, I don't know, I'm not a writer or anything, but I was like, that would have been better. But anyways, come to find out, like, her dad isn't her actual dad. So apparently her mom cheated on her dad, so Ava's not his biological daughter. And so that's why he was trying to kill her. But like he was trying to kill her because essentially like they were getting a divorce, or they had gotten a divorce, and he wanted custody of the son because the son was actually his. And then like he was just trying to take her out, which is like fucking crazy to me, but whatever. And then the second time he tried to kill her, I think it was like, it was a moment of weakness. So anyways, like I said, this is all part of Alex's plan, but it was part of his plan because her dad is the one who hired the hitman men who killed Alex's family. So you're like, what the fuck? I know. That's what I was like. Anyways, fast forward. He, like, his family, well, we're gonna go back, right? So his whole family was killed by like these hitchmen. And they didn't kill him because they thought he was going to be at summer camp or something like that. Then his uncle had to end up raising him. Now, fast forward all the way. And so he's like having something with his uncle. Like, things are weird. He like finds some letters from his mom in his uncle's like secret compartment, from him and from his uncle and from his mom. And basically his uncle was like in love with his mom, but his mom was like, no, like, get the fuck on, like, you're literally my brother-in-law, like, weird and ill. So I guess because of that, the uncle wanted to take the whole family out, which is kind of crazy to me, but you know, white people, I don't know. So Alex figures that out, and once he does, he like finds a way to get back at his uncle. And this whole time, his uncle has been watching him and finds out that like Ava is important to him. So I don't know. He like his uncle comes and visits them. He like says some veiled threats, and then apparently Alex has been poisoning him, which I was like, that's kind of smart. Like, if you think somebody has it out for you, just slowly start poisoning them. Like, that's what I would do. So Ava, no, the uncle somehow catches Ava, has her kidnapped, and then like he's like threatening to kill her. And when Alex finds her with his uncle, he like lets him know like basically because his uncle was the CEO, right, of that company that Alex is the COO or CFO or whatever, COO, CO, whatever, right? So the uncle's like, you're gonna make me the CEO again, and he's like, actually no, because you don't have that long to live. Like, you thought you had this because that's what the doctor says, but actually like you about to die in like 5 minutes. Anyways, Alex saves her. Her friend is also kidnapped with her, but her bodyguard somehow shows up. Anyways, they get saved. Alex kills his uncle. And he basically is like, how Ava didn't mean anything to him. He was just using her, blah, 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 blah. She's heartbroken. She was supposed to do a fellowship in New York. She changes it to London. Ava's friend who was kidnapped with her. Oh, goodness, y'all, I don't care. Basically, Ava tells Alex that, hey, I know you actually love her. Go get her. Her plane leaves in like 30 seconds. Alex tries, but he misses the flight. Ava's in London living her best life. Alex shows up, and eventually he like wins her over. Like that's the end of the story. I'm pretty sure. Maybe. Was there more? Oh, there's more that leads to the next book. But anyways, that's not important right now. Will I read the next book? I don't know. I'm not a romance girly, but if the sex scenes are as good as the first one, I would probably just Google the spicy chapters and just read them. I'll just make up what happens that leads up to it. And it wasn't a bad book. It just not my genre. And there were like certain things like I really didn't like. And I have this critique of a lot of authors. It's like over explaining things. So there's this one part where he's talking to the girl that he was sleeping with that he doesn't like. Okay, when they first introduce her, he's basically like, yeah, she's hot, but I don't like her. Like, yeah, she likes to pretend that we're a couple, but I'm just fucking her. But like, you know, she's a good lady, but I can find another lady anywhere. Like, basically, she's like chopped liver, right? And then after that whole incident with her and Ava, he really fucking doesn't like her. And we know that, like, we the readers, I think, are not that stupid, right? So like, we get you don't really fuck with her, right? So when he goes to confront her about this, he says something, sweetheart. And then it's like, it wasn't an endearment. Bro, we know. We know. We know it's not an endearment. We can pick up on the context clues that you're not fucking with her. Like we get it. So like stuff like that, I'm just like, why is that in here? Like, does it need to be said? Maybe I'm like nitpicky, but stuff like that, I'm like, duh. But media literacy, you know, it's not dead and gone, but it's close. So because of that, I'm just like, I'm gonna give this 3 twitching dicks. Because his dick twitched a lot, and I was here for every twitch, okay? I will also say, if there are any Alexes out there in the world, like, if you ever want to, like, tell me what to do, manhandle me, I won't complain. I won't be mad. As a matter of fact, I'm very open to it. I would like to invite you to bring that into my life. But you have to be fine, right? You got to be fine. And you got to be packing. That's it. Those are the only 2 requirements at this point in my life. Okay, so that was Twisted Love. I can check it out. I think don't listen to it in public. Don't even listen to it if you have headphones in, because the way your face is going to be like, wait, what? No, don't do that to yourself. I say listen to it. Is it cute? It's hard for me to say that it's cute. Like, I thought that Divine Rivals was cute. I even thought Powerless was like cute, like childish but cute, right? This feels a little childish with XXX scenes. So I don't know. If the writing felt more mature and then there were the sex scenes, like, I could be like, yeah, definitely read this, because like it felt childish and then it like got super explicit. I was like, I don't know how to feel about this. So, but anyways, check it out or don't. Doesn't make any difference to me. But anyways, let's do these 3 twitching dick shots. But anyways, let's do these 3 twitching dick shots. These up so high. That was gross. I gotta start reading 2-star books. Last one. Cheers, you guys. Well, now that I got that out of the way, be sure to check out next week's episode where we'll talk about books worth sipping over. Cheers.